I have to be the person who is always asking, how can I make this experience better for someone who has never been to church? Basically, you want to really duplicate, the greeters ministry, the ushers and whatnot, like how they welcome people into church. Like that's how you want to do social media and live stream as well. You want to make people feel welcome. You want to just make sure that they have an experience with God. So hey everyone, welcome again. I'm Ani and I serve at Calvary Temple under the media ministry, specifically in the digital comms department, and we look after live streaming, social media, and just everything to do with communications, especially, well, digital communications. Today, I'll just be going through a step by step into just the basics of live stream, how you can live stream from your phone, or just learning how to navigate the live producer page on Facebook. So, this is the house of live stream. So, I always find it helpful whenever I'm training my team, or just whenever I'm doing ministry in church, is this particular question, which is, I have to be the person who is always asking, how can I make this experience better for someone who has never been to church? Basically, you want to really duplicate, the greeters ministry, the ushers and whatnot, like how they welcome people into church. Like that's how you want to do social media and live stream as well. You want to make people feel welcome. You want to just make sure that they have an experience with God. So you want to be eliminating distractions during live stream, and you also want the message to come out, whether it's in the singing or in the sermon. You really want people to be blessed by that. So we always have to have a spirit of excellence with whatever we do, because we don't know who's going to be joining us or who's going to be coming to church for the first time. If there's somebody coming to church for the first time, you want to make that experience for them, the best experience of God and of church that they've ever had. So, when you think about that, it also kind of uh, dictates the way you serve whenever you come into the live streaming department, or just, in the digital comm sphere. And yeah, that's something I found helpful just before we go into this. So let's go right into it. Let me just move this down. So, how to go live on Facebook. So, most of you would have already, this feature on Facebook going live has been around for a few years. So, I'm sure most of you have already gone live, but these are the really basic stuff that you need to know whenever you're going live. Step by step. So first we're gonna go through just the mobile devices. So number one, when you're setting up for live stream, is that you always have to make sure that you test your live, especially if you're going on live for the first time, if you've never done it before, even if you have done it before, just because of, the fluctuations in the internet in Fiji, especially, you want to make sure that when you go live from your church page, it's to the highest quality. So you want to make sure that you test at least an hour before the service, or 2 hours, the day before. You can even test and then test again on the actual day. Test your audio, your video, and all that stuff. And one thing that you can do, because a lot of us have pages, church pages, right? But once you go live on your church page, that's live for the whole public to see. So what we always do is you can either go live to a group where it's just a private group, where it's just maybe the media community, or just you and your department, or just maybe just a private group where where you guys always just test all your streaming and all your stuff for church. I found that to be very helpful as well. So, but another thing we usually do is, or you can do, is test from your personal page. So, what this would look like is you would, if you could see that arrow, when you go to your page, you go, you test the live, you go, when you go to your page, you test the live by going to, on your personal page, you press live, and then you press that button where the world is. And so you can change the audience there to only me, so that when you're going live, you're the only one that's seeing it. And some questions you just want to ask yourself when you're um, checking through your live is just, how good is the camera quality? Is the lighting bright enough? Can you see your full subject in the frame? So what that's basically asking is just, whenever you're shooting someone, like, you want to make sure, like, if it's the pastor or the worship leader, like, you can see their face, or just, enough, like, they're not cutting off, like the pastor is preaching, and, like, half his head is like cut off or something. You want to make sure that the subject is in frame. How clear is your audio, or are you experiencing any lagging or freeze frames? This one is especially important for us in Fiji. I had mentioned that about the internet, how, sometimes it fluctuates, like, us being in Fiji. Yeah, if you know, you know. And sometimes it fluctuates, and what happens, basically what that means, is like, when you're on your phone, and then sometimes, like, the video is buffering, especially if you're watching on Facebook, like, sometimes the video is buffering, so then, you get impatient, and you kind of just, you know exit for it to go off. So what we always try to encourage, each other within the community, is just make sure that your internet connection is really good, because somebody could be just joining in for, like, just those 3 seconds, and then, like, maybe they're not a Christian, or maybe they've never experienced God's love, and then they're just joining in for that 3 seconds, and then they join in, and then your camera is frozen, and then their internet is dropping, and sometimes it could be just the internet's fault, just the network is playing up. But sometimes it could also, like, those problems, you could also solve it before the service, like, if the internet is dropping, sometimes you can just make a call, check with Vodafone, like, if you're on Vodafone, like, is there something wrong with the network? And if there is, like, you can look for Digicel, or the other way around, or just look for internet that is really good for your live stream, because you don't want to be distracting people, and you want to make sure that you put out the best version of the service that you have to offer as well. And you want to keep your audience engaged, for the whole service. Like, you don't want people to be dropping out because they get tired of waiting for it to, like, pick up again. So, these are just questions you can ask yourself during the test run, and you can spot any potential problems or make adjustments with plenty of time to spare. So, yeah. Okay, useful tips. If you're going to go live on your phone, you can save your arms, unless you are doing, when you're one of those people that have really strong arms and doing weightlifting on all of that, power to you. But if you're like me and you don't have time to exercise on the daily, you want to save your arms by just setting up your phone on a tripod. Some of these tripods are very inexpensive. You can find them at Bondwell, or just any of the small tech shops. Even there's a few that sell on Instagram as well, that you can also check out. Just the small tripod, or even the ones with the long legs, kind of like the ones they have for the camera as well. So you want to set that up on a tripod, or if you don't even have a tripod, you can stack up some books and rest your phone at a level that looks good. Like, I know y'all all know what I'm talking about. Like, everybody's on TikTok, like, when you try to get that good angle, when you put it, like, yeah, y'all know. So just like that, you want to make sure that your phone is at a good level, that you can see just where the pastor is, or if you're the one that's on the live, like, you just want to make sure that you're in frame. And also another useful tip is just to make sure that your phone is on do not disturb so that you avoid distractions during the service. And not only that, you want to put it on do not disturb so that nobody calls or nobody calls and disrupts the live stream during the actual service. Okay, so number two, when you're going live. So now we're gonna actually go into just going live from your church pages, and then so you'll open up your page, whatever page it is, whether it's your church page or your personal page, where you go live from for church services. So you press on the live, how that blue button is blue arrow is going. And then number three, this is a very, very important step that I feel a lot of people, especially in Fiji, overlook, is adding a descriptive and engaging video description. You want to make sure that you tell people what the video is about. Like, they want to know that, oh, I'm going live. Hey, everybody, like, we're having church service now. We want to just welcome you and, let somebody know that we're going live. Like, it's so much more like engaging and welcoming when people know that, that when people also understand that, hey, this is an invitation, like we actually want you to come on over. Whereas putting a description like join us now, so, I don't know, like, do you think anyone would actually want to join in? So, it's all about just making sure that you're, engaging people because you want people to come to Jesus, right? And this is also something that you have to understand. People are more likely to click on your video or engage in the comments section if they understand what your video is about. That's so important. Like, and you want people to engage in the comment section. You want people to engage so that begin to build a community of believers online, just like how we have it in face-to-face services. Like, just how when someone is preaching, you want people always say amen during service. You also want them to do that in the comment section. And step four, once you're ready to go live and you're happy with how everything looks, then you tap the start live button and Facebook will give you a 3-second countdown before you're live. And then while you're live, you have several options along the bottom of your screen. You can choose to allow guests to join the screen, write a comment, during the stream, write a comment. You can add effects and switch the camera view. Another useful tip as well, especially for like smaller churches, if you're going live, at the beginning, because you're going live from your phone, like you can just switch the camera to you and just welcome everybody to the service, and just let them know that the service is about to begin, or you can even ask one of the other pastors to do a welcome first, just understanding that you want them to feel at home as well. Number 6, when you're ready to wrap up your Facebook Live, you just select finish. When everything is said and done, you select that finish button. And another tip, you can either delete the video or post the replay to your newsfeed. It's generally also a good idea to save the video to your camera roll so you have the choice to repurpose your video elsewhere, especially for social posts. A lot of the bigger churches worldwide are posting snippets of the sermons and just snippets of the worship. So, that's even something good to just encourage your church members with during the week. And not only that, empower those that need empowerment during this season that we're in, especially. So you can just save it on your phone, and then like edit the video on your phone. There's so many free stuff that you can download now that you can edit the videos with. Even TikTok is a really good video editing software that you can use, because you can put captions and all those other things, and you can even repurpose this live video, like something a part in the sermon that was really powerful, you felt was really powerful and people need to know about it as well. You can also post that on TikTok, because it's like the biggest social media platform right now. That's just another tip if you're into that. And then that's basically just how to go live from your mobiles. And then next we'll do step by step for desktops. So you open up your business page on your desktop and then you'll tap the live button. Basically just like how we did for the phones. After you've tested, and then once you tap live, you'll be directed to the Facebook Live Producer. This is my favorite page in Facebook. This is what you need to really know about Facebook, about going live from Facebook. From here, you can decide to go live with a stream key, your desktop camera, or a pair encoder for the purposes of this video, and just this basic understanding of live stream. We're just gonna go through how to go live from the stream key, with the stream key, sorry. So let's go. To use a stream key, tap the use stream key option, and then at the bottom you see server URL and then stream key. You want to copy that stream key. If you choose to go live with the stream key, you can use external apps like OBS, Wirecast, XSplit, or Be Live. Once you have your stream set up, you can follow the 3 steps outlined by Facebook below. Copy and paste the stream key from Facebook into the streaming software of your choice and follow the steps according to the platform you're using. So usually every different softwares have different ways of allowing you to go live, but most of them have this option of stream key. So basically what the stream key does, it just connects your software to Facebook. So for example, if you're trying to play like a pre-recorded video, you obviously put it through a software first and then an external software, whether it's OBS or Be Live or the other ones I had said. And then you'd put in the stream key and then you'd go live. So from there, you'd press stream on your streaming software. After you've passed your stream key, wait for it to connect on your live producer, and then you press go live. There's like a little box at the bottom there that you'll see. So yeah, once you've pasted your streaming software, your stream key into your streaming software, you have to wait for it to connect to Live Producer, and then you're able to go live. So if you see at the bottom there where the arrow is pointing, that go live button, it won't appear blue until the software has connected to Facebook. So for example, if you had gone there and then you had tried to, like, if it's not connected to any software at the moment, you won't be able to go live with the stream key. Facebook will actually wait for it to load and then it'll have the option for you to go live. Unless you're using your camera on your desktop, then you should be able to go live. But if it's on the stream key, it'll wait for it to connect first. So you got to make sure your internet connection is good. You got to make sure you pasted in the stream key in the right place. A lot of these things, like, it's just like OBS, it's very user friendly, and I believe Tulave will be going through that session with you guys. So I hope you learned something, or just was encouraged to probably just do more of something in your local churches. And yes, so thank you so much for your time, and yeah, have a good one.
Okay, Bulvanak everyone. I guess some of the tips that Annie was sharing with us has put some thoughts into your mind to know that how OBS works. Since my assignment is to share with us on OBS, let me just share with you my page. Okay. If you can see, this OBS looks like this. Let's see, icon to OBS. Okay. You can all see it from the side, Lily.
Yes.
We're good. You're good, Daniel? Okay. Right. When you open OBS, this is what OBS states. It's 26.1.2. That's the OBS. It's what you call. It's free that you can live stream from it. That's a version of OBS that I'm using right now to live stream from home and also from church. I'm using it together with Zoom. OBS is my engine room behind the Zoom. Since Zoom has a few things that doesn't have that OBS can do. There's some things that Zoom is good for meetings and such, and then getting things together. But OBS, and then OBS, I get to use OBS behind it as my engine room to bring in. So for some questions that is coming, that you can bring in your video, intro videos, and also your introduction main page, to start your service whilst audience are waiting. And you can also use some background music to come with it. So that is what OBS can do as your engine room. Now back to that main page. This is OBS, the main page. If you can see here, I only have one screen. Like Annie was saying, there's two options. You can stay in that mode, or you down here. Can you see my mouse moving, Annie?
Yes.
Okay, you can see everything, that mouse
Yes.
is... Oh, okay,
Yes.
good. So everyone can see this too, Okay, from on this side, there's studio mode. Now, if you can see this, if I click on this, it changes the page to two setups. One will be your preview, and one will be your main output that's going out live to whichever platform you're going to, is either Zoom or Facebook. Okay, so you get to use this if you like what Annie is saying, like you need to come in early and prepare yourself. But if in ways that you come in and you found that you're late and you need to change something, you can use this mode in your back engine to go back and redo your work, because it'll come out as your preview, and then later on take it back to this main page, or stay there, and then just actually transit your preview to your main view, to where it's going out live. I hope that's understandable.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So let me take us back to the main live. This is the live page that goes out live. Whatever you do here now, it'll go automatically live on air. Okay, so we're starting with the first scene. You'll see down here, there's two pages. There's a scene page and there's a source page. These two areas here. Now, in the scene is where you can prepare your church programs, whatever you need to do, and then include into it the media, the cameras that you're using. In the scene here, you can begin with this, and you can rename that and make this as your intro.